Good morning, excuse me. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Tuesday, August 16th. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational information purposes only. It is not to be considered financial advice. There is substantial risk of loss in trading commodity futures, foreign exchange, forex, equities, options, and crypto. You should therefore carefully consider whether such trading is suitable in light of your circumstances and financial resources. In other words, don't attempt this with money you can't afford to lose. All right, we have a potential get in sync on the YM. Markets open in another two and a half to 3 minutes. We have a get in sync on soybeans. The add-on short here at 13.97 is the most recent trade. Crude had gone too far on the short, so that's a no trade. The long spikes through in 1 second, not able to, that's certainly not tradable. So our first trade is short at 901.22, gives us two full targets, 23 and 36 ticks for 59 ticks on the morning, and a one and done session for the 9 a.m. mini session. Unleaded a little bit tougher. The short is avoided. It's already up above the entry by the time we hit our start time. So we pick up the long. Its money management misses target one by 1 tick. Comes back for a break-even stop. Pick in the short at 901.26. Its money management also comes back for break-even stop, and that's our two money management trades. So two and done break-even session this morning on unleaded gas. So let's see where we go this morning on the YM. Sitting down at session lows. Session low at 33,786. And the Russell also sitting down at session lows. 2016.0 for the session low. And that trade is off the table. Don't normally get in sync on the Russell. And about 20 seconds to go. Market open. Please do say hello. Let me know who's in the chat. And the long is triggered in on the YM. There's money management on and target one on the YM. All right, well, not quite target one. Yeah, there's target one. One and done on the YM. Sort of, the short trade hit the entry, but not enough time to deal with it. And so that trade goes by the wayside, and we wait for the next trade. YM with a nice solid trade through target 2. Trailer at 834. No, yeah, 834. Soybean still waiting for its first trade of the morning. Pound Aussie had a trade at 841, a small long trade. Target 2 is 12 ticks. That's our money management level and also our first actionable target. But goes through all 4 targets. So we get 2 positions at target 2, target 3, target 4, and 6 pips on the trailer. One and done session this morning on the Pound Aussie. All right, the Russell setting new session lows. YM going through target 4 on the long side. So a bit of divergence there between the two markets. And a long trade on the Russell. 2017.1. Taking a quick look in on the October contract, not quite enough volume to take over from September yet. Still 90,000 to 37,000 on the full contract. And the Russell challenging its stop, but not stopping out yet. 892 for the YM stop, and soybeans with a long trade. $04.50. Minimum target 1 is 6 ticks to 06 even. And the YM stopping out for a one and done session. The Russell stopping out for loss on trade number 1. Our soybean stop sitting at 0150. We're sitting right around the. There's a new bar at 0350 now. Consolidating right around the 200 EMA. Good morning, Miles, Pamela, and Bob. Got quickly done. The crude was done on 1. Unleaded on 2 trades, just 2 break evens. And the YM, a solid one and done. Hitting all 4 targets and a nice trailer. So three of our charts are done. And we're still in the long trade on soybeans. Looking for 1406 flat for target 1. and our money management. You got to get away from the 200 EMA to do that. 20 SMA has come up to meet the 200, but the 50 is coming up, but hasn't gotten there yet. And now testing the 50. Will the 50 hold and keep us in this trade? All right, time to take a look at the micro NQ. This is the okay, waiting for our first trade there, not moving terribly rapidly this morning. Micro NQ also down close to session lows. And picking up a short. That's a get in sync at this point to me. And we're going to need a pull back on the micro NQ to pick up that short. This is a little bit bigger trade because we did have a little bit of a wick on that setup bar. And the YM in a very tight range this morning, now up at session highs. And the MNQ setting session lows. And the Russell coming close to session lows. We've got a short on the Russell that did get us in. Looks like we're trailing that 10 EMA on the Russell. There's money management. Looking for target 3. That's also a little bit bigger trade. Let's bring the micro NQ down here over top of the unleaded since we're done there. So we look at both of those. All right. Soybeans taking a full stop on that first trade. 12 tick loss. 4 positions, that's 48 ticks or 12 points. So we'll have to work back from behind this morning. And the micro NQ pulling back to trigger in the short. Both of those seeming to find significant resistance to pushing down too far through those session lows. short on the micro Russell and the micro NQ. Catapult charts. These are both custom Renko charts. 1.5 point brick size, half point offset. If you're using TradeStation on the micro Russell, 5, 10, 25 if you're using Unirenko on NinjaTrader. MNQ is the 12 point brick, 3 point offset for the custom Renko on TradeStation. 1236.84 on Unirenko. And just kind of stuck at the moment. Soybeans with a pretty good down move, but we haven't got a trade. That trade that showed up was a stop and reverse. It was filtered a couple of different ways, it looks like. It was still in the squeeze zone, as well as being in the squeeze zone, in the chop zone, and being in a positive trend, an uptrend. All three keeping it filtered out at that point. 2 bars later hit money management, so it's off the table. But the squeeze zone and the chop zone both definitely keeping that one off, keeping us out of that one, although it was a nicely successful trade. And the Russell stopping out at break even. Setting a new session low by 5 ticks and then bouncing back up. Got a bit of a double bottom there. Let's see if we can get back over this swing high at 20.3. We may see a solid move upward. Micro NQ still unsure which way it's going to go. In the short. And soybeans still without a trade. Well, with just the one trade that was a loss. And 2 stop and reverses there, both of which were filtered by the uptrend as well as the squeeze zone. The second of which was squeeze zone and chop zone. So it definitely never became valid on this down move. Soybeans now testing its session lows. And we get to current on crude, and it's still about 15 minutes away from the 9 a.m. mini session. The YM testing its 50 exponential moving average. Short on the micro Russell, 12.7. And there's hitting the entry again. So definitely in that trade. Soybean setting a new session low. We're going to need to get the cyan line crossing over the yellow line there before we get a white counterpunch trade. Looks like it's going to take one more up bar. And there it is. There's the warning. And do we have... Yep. It's just bare. Well, I don't know. It's still working on it. Now crossed over. And we have a stop and reverse. I would say with the size of these bars, I'd go 33.50. And that's the swing. That swing looks like it's at 34. Yeah, I'd go 34.50 there. Adjusting around that swing level. Since we did touch the unadjusted entry, that will remain valid even if we get a flip over. And there is our chase ticks are giving us 97.25 on soybeans. We'll need a pullback. But in micro NQ instead gets a new short trade, but that we are actually still in the original short. Just hit money management. So I would bring that to 28.75 for the stop. And the Russell with a short trade as well, that going through all four targets. Small trade. And it just looks small, I guess. Target. Looks like it. I did lose my All right, looks like I lost connectivity a minute there. All right, can everybody hear me and see charts? I lost connectivity for a moment. Charts are reloading, so it'll be a minute. All right, charts are reloaded. All except the micro NQ. Don't know where it's going. It's got to get data back. There it is. All right, it got down through target 2. We did stop out at 11.2 on the Russell. Okay, good. Thank you, Bob, Pamela. Had a little hiccup in the. All right. In the soybeans, I'm going to refresh that chart just to be sure. Okay, yeah. We're in the soybean trade at 97.25. That is counterpunch. Now a down close here below the balance line, or the signal line. Where are we? Okay, cyan is still above and we haven't gotten back to in blue, so we aren't going to get a white short trade anyway. All right, we got about 5 minutes to our 10 a.m. crude session. We got a successful long, so looking for a new trade yet. I don't think we've triggered the trailer yet on the old trade. I think that's going to be somewhere right along here. All right, now we have a potential stop and reverse on soybeans at 13.95.50 with our stop and reverse adjustment. And I like that. Maybe even push it down another tick, get 2 ticks from that swing level. Oh, is that? We can only afford 2 ticks without having to move our money management, so we'll leave it at 95.50. That's going to be another minimum target at 13.94. And a new potential short on crude. All right, we stop and reverse. Call it 15.50. That's a positive trade. And now long on the micro NQ. And the YM setting new session highs. Minute 40 to our crude mini session. And short is off the table on, and another minute to go. Short's off the table on full crude. Still long on the MNQ. And still long on soybeans. And 95.50 has held. We've only got to 95.75. And 15 seconds, 5 seconds. And in our 10 a.m. mini session, looking for a new setup on crude. That short All right. Crude in a bit of a consolidation zone and a full stop out on the micro NQ. Russell and the NQ both in shorts. Russell is at break even. Micro NQ just triggering in, testing its session lows. The Russell doing the same. Crude testing the 50 EMA. Still waiting for our first trade on crude. MNQ making it down through target 1. We're at break even. And the Russell again through all 4 targets. So that's another winning trade. So we have 1 loss, 1 break even, 2 winners. Okay, MNQ, we have 1 partial winner, a loss, and a second win partial, or at least a break even so far. And looks like break even on the micro NQ. Well, maybe. 93.25. Nope. We survived it by 1 tick. And long on the Russell. YM and the Russell both showing up moves. Are they going to be able to push through and go higher or not? Well, actually, MNQ also showing a bit of an up move. All right. Soybeans has stopped and reversed to short and has a target. Stop now moves down to 95.25 because of our stop and reverse adjust, and we did stop out. So picking up 3 ticks on the trailing stop, 6. On the target is 9 ticks, leaves us down 39. No, actually, it's worse than that. We went 97.25 to 95.50. So that was 7 ticks. That's another 28 tick loss. To our 48, we're down 76. So down 67 now after 3 trades. Tough session. And crude taking off and getting a one and done session. Finally getting the long in. Now, was it tradable? 6 seconds? Probably not. 6 seconds to the first bar. I'm going to say that's not tradable. We'll look for another trade there. That's too bad. Micro Russell still long. Stopped out at break even on the micro NQ. We have a long that, if you're not already in, slow movement. And the short on crude. 5 seconds on that one, so that's another one that's too fast to trade. Moving slowly, then moving fast, and two quick trades we're not able to get hold of. And the Russell stopping out. Soybean with another short trade. There's money management. Target at first actionable target at 93 even, 93 flat. There's target 2. 2 positions come off. That's 16, so that puts us down 51. Wow, big down move on crude. Look at that trailer. What was that? 89.96. Yep. Or sorry, 88.96 from the entry at 90.09. So 113 ticks on that trailer. Unfortunately, too fast to catch. All right, in the long. See how high this bounces. We're going to have to get through the 50. I would take it on the second pass through. And stop and reverse at 72. Does the 20 SMA provide enough resistance, or do we continue to come down? And the initial answer is no. We don't go down. 20 is providing resistance. Got another long on the micro NQ and a long on the micro Russell. And there's money management and target 1, so that's going to be a one and done session. Targets 1 and 2 for 51 ticks. Tough session to work through, but missing the solid long and a solid short, and finally getting the long that works out, avoiding the stop and reverse. So that was trusting the system. $89.14 for the stop now. Testing the 200 EMA. $89.17. Testing the 200 again. And the Russell stops out. That is trade number. That's the third loss. So that ends the session. Let's take a look. And crude going through target 4. Take a look at the 6. Let's go back and take a look at the 6-2. 934 start. That's going to be right in. Yeah, right in here. Yeah, I would. Well, actually, yeah, you do get into that. You do get in sync with that. And stopping. So you get a stop and reverse to long and a full stop out. And then a nice win. Targets 2, 4, all 4 targets, and a good trailer down around close to target 3. Comes back for another full loss. That's actually loss number 3 with the stop and reversal. So that would be the end of the session. And yeah, pretty noisy there in there. Now starting to work out. Around 10 o'clock starts to work out. Not terribly not good either one. And stopping out also. So that's going to about do it, folks. Anything anybody wants to see or ask questions about, please do. And crude going off like a rocket. Is back and forth. Big moves. Dollar moves on us. Back and forth. And we got down as low as 88.62 there. And now we're back up to 89.61. $89.54 for the stop. All right, we got target 3 and a single tick on trailer. So we were 51, got 12 on target, puts us at 39. It's down 38 on 4 trades. And crude stopping out. Big swings in crude this morning. All right, and looks like I'm still connected.
Market data connection lost.
Hard to say.
Market data connection re-established.
All right, folks. Looks like my internet's getting a little iffy this morning, or being iffy this morning. So unless there are further questions, I'm going to call it a morning. You're quite welcome, Henry. As Pamela. Everyone have a good afternoon. Troy or I1 will be in tomorrow morning. So we will see everybody tomorrow. Thank you, Miles. We'll see you tomorrow.